Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to episode 10 of the Matty Media Cast. It has been a very long time since last time we did this, in comparison to when we should be doing them. Mostly my fault, but I am Burbsy. I've got my beautiful co-host with me, Mr. Matty J.
Hello, everyone.
Back again.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while. I think we should start with addressing why it's been a while. I mean, I'm not necessarily, we ain't got like a huge following of like, where the fuck have they been? But yeah, I've been on holiday last week and the week before, and then I think a couple of weeks before that I had like a personal loss, so I just didn't feel up to doing it, to be honest. So that's the reason why we've had like a month off. Well, I'll be honest, I've had a month off. Mr. Matty has been smashing Twitch over on his channel, absolutely caning it right now. Destroying the GTA 5 RP. So if that's something you're interested in, if you haven't seen him already before, make sure you go over and follow him over on 2 Matty J on Twitch, and you'll see all sorts on that channel. All sorts.
Exactly.
Because that world of Manchester RP is crazy. Nuts.
It is indeed. It is indeed. Yeah, it's a good thing, to be fair. I really enjoyed. I've managed to get Burbsy into it, which is something I'm happy with. But yeah, good thing to get into.
It's interesting. I mean, like, when I first saw it, I thought, hang on a minute, this is a bit weird. But once you get into like the flow of it, it's quite fun actually. To be fair, it's quite interesting. So if you haven't checked it out already, make sure you go check it out somewhere. We play on, it's GTA 5, but it's a mod called 5M that all the role players use. So that's where we are. Matty, 9 times out of 10 you're playing that game, so yeah, definitely hit us up on there. You'll see more of that over the next coming weeks. We'll jump straight into some news over the last week or so. To be fair, there's so much stuff that's probably happened that we ain't touched on, but we'd be here all night otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
If we went through that.
A lot of things are being thrown at us, aren't they?
Yeah. Good news. Starting with that I ain't noted down, but obviously cinemas reopen, and Matty knows that firsthand because you work in one.
And I'm back tomorrow.
Yeah. So
Cinemas
as of
are open
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
we can officially go back to the cinemas, which I know a lot of people like ourselves, movie fans, don't feel it's not the same not going to the cinema. Obviously, we were both massively hyped up for like the release of Kong versus Godzilla, for example, and yes, Johnny. Knowing obviously the film in my eyes was brilliant, but it would have been 10 times better, I feel, seeing it in the cinema for the first time. Saying that I will definitely go and see it in the cinema because I know they are showing it. So, yeah.
100%. Oh god. Yeah. Obviously, just a big heads up. Obviously, it's not everything's going to be released all at once. Given the current fact that I suppose the cinemas are just easing into it. They're just sort of learning the boundaries of how it's going to work and what have you. So for the first couple of weeks, it literally, as annoying as it is. I mean, not everyone's going to be annoyed with it because everyone likes an old classical film. Obviously, there'll be some new ones which we'll get on to later. They'll be showing stuff like Terminator, the original Terminators 1, 2, 3, and possibly 4, and even the new one. The Conjuring, the original Conjuring's being shown, and
That's warming up for the new one that's coming out in it. To be fair,
yeah, exactly.
I don't know whether you know. I ain't seen it, but what's like the? I'm assuming people are gonna have to wear face masks the whole time,
So
unless they're eating popcorn or something.
The way it works is now you weren't required to wear a mask. Well, you are required to wear a mask. We can't force you to wear one if you If you can't wear one for whatever reason in your exam, we're not gonna force you to put one on. It's the same with track and trace. We can't force you to do track and trace because at the end of the day, we are not a place of work where we can enforce you to do it. In terms of when it comes to wearing face masks, you only wear the face mask in the screen if you're not eating, when you're walking around the premises, and I think that's mainly it. Johnny can back me up on any, because obviously I work with Johnny. If I've missed anything, but as far as I know, only wear your mask if you're not eating.
Sad. So you're gonna get the people slowly eating one popcorn at a time.
Oh well, to be fair, we did mention what if we have someone who eats popcorn really slowly, and well, they basically just said, well, there's nothing we can do about it at the end of the day. It's just what it is.
This is
Yeah.
what people get the way around it, don't they? To be fair, that's what they
To be
do.
fair, I don't understand how it takes people ages to eat their food. Because honestly, I'm finished by the time that I just started. So
To be fair, it baffles me that we're like now a year and a bit into this pandemic, and people still don't know how to wear the mask properly. Like it's
no,
been compulsory since last July, was it?
yeah.
And people still don't wear them properly, or still try and get right out wearing them. Just like, let's get over it. We're all used to it now.
Yeah, it's almost as if people don't give a shit about preventing themselves from getting COVID. It's just like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you get COVID, it's your own fucking fault, you idiot. Potato.
Right, enough of that old COVID
Oh, the
malarkey.
jazz.
It's all positive now because we're
On to the
going back.
past.
Uh,
So,
Josh
yeah.
has asked Matty, "What's life as a taxi driver, and how's the pay?"
Life as a taxi driver, if you're wondering, I'm an assistant manager for a taxi firm on the RP server that I play. It's very fun. I do enjoy it. It's a nice getaway from uh, real life problems. Like a lot of people think RP is just boring. It's just like it's dead repetitive. When in a case it is dead repetitive and boring. But at the end of the day, if you've got any issues or anything going on in life, it's a stepping stone to get rid of that stuff.
Yeah.
It takes your mind away.
Yeah, it's alright, mate. We're just being annoyed in the chat right now. We're both pretty beautiful, which, to be
Oh, we're
fair,
getting
well,
cold
we know
feet.
already. We know already. You know
Oh,
what
we're
I mean? You
getting
ain't got
cold
to
feet over.
tell us. Yeah. But yeah. It's all positive from now, hopefully. So, obviously, cinema's opening up. It's a massive thing. I'm looking forward to going. So, next week I know we'll be doing a review of Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
So if it's something you're interested in, make sure you're channeling for that. So
I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. You don't need to tell
I
us.
ain't gonna read that anyway. But yeah, there's been quite a few trailers dropped in the old movie world, and the first one I can mention is the new Venom. That one, it's called Carnage, I believe. Let There Be Carnage. Sorry, that's dropped. I didn't know, but it's actually being directed by Andy Serkis. Obviously he plays Gollum. He's in Black Panther. He's plays all the gorillas in what's it called? Yeah, that monkey film.
All plans to the ape.
That's it. Yeah, I know where I was going. I just couldn't think of it. He's directing it. I can't remember what the release date is for it, but I know it's later in the year. I'll just Google that for you.
Sometime in September. I've read. I think it's the 21st of September.
I shall confirm this for the 15th on my birthday. Whee! Mark that one in your calendars. Yeah, so that one, I'll put a link to that on the Facebook page if you haven't seen that already. So that'll be good. There's also all you horror fans, The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. The trailer. It was a couple of weeks ago it came out, but I only noticed it the other day. But that comes out the 28th of May. And me being the biggest I want to say pussy when it comes to horror films, I actually enjoy The Conjuring, but it does scare the living shit out of me.
Yeah, it's one of those films. It's like it's like you either love it or you don't. I think the context and the story behind is
Oh yeah,
brilliant.
it's
Um,
brilliant.
I just think the fact that, I mean, obviously, like a big portion of it's meant to be based on a real life story. And I think the fact that they've like uh I think they've brought it back is just, it's class. It's
Yeah,
class.
it's I know that they said they were gonna make a third one a few years ago, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's all been in development for that long, but it is an interesting one. I was impressed how the stories like blend together, but I'm in the same point as you. Like as soon as they say it's based on a true story, that's me. I'm done. You know what I mean?
It's like the second one was fantastic because it was based in the UK.
Yeah,
Based in the UK on a girl who was
just that's
possessed.
by the old guy, weren't it?
It wasn't actually the old
It
guy.
weren't.
It
It was the
was
old guy, but it was
a demon in
the
the old
demon in
guy.
the old guy. Yeah,
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good film.
that ties in with the woman in black, doesn't it? If I'm right in saying.
I think so. Possibly.
Yeah. Anyway, horror aside,
Oh, do you not mean Annabelle?
oh yeah, I know it ties in with Annabelle, which is a whole another story of me hating life watching Annabelle. Like I jump at the most random stuff when it comes to horror films. Like literally, someone could open a door and I will like fully jump out my skin and everything. Like quick story time for you. Was it 2017? The last Halloween came out. 2018. Um, we me and my partner went to watch Halloween in the cinemas, and I was on edge the whole time, like full on, like heart beating, like on edge, and like I physically pictured like Mike Myers everywhere I went after that, and it was horrible. We came out the cinema, and I was like, I could see him. He's just standing in a bus stop, like shit like that. It was unreal.
That
Um,
the fucking Mike
that
Myers is coming for you.
yeah, and I could just hear the music in my head the whole time. I was like, oh god, this is driving me insane. I don't think I slept for 3 days, and it wasn't
Oh,
that
for fuck's sake!
wasn't even that scary.
Oh man, what you like?
Mate, they should honestly. I'm gonna document it. I'll document me watching a horror film for the first time, and you'll see the kind of stages I go through of pure just like horribleness, and it'll be hilarious. You'll all have a laugh. I'm gonna do it. I'll do it.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
I'll film myself watching The Conjuring 3 on the sly. I don't have my phone on. Oh god. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh man.
Um, right
Uh,
in
what else?
um, not necessarily film news, but obviously Seth Rogen is obviously well known for all these films that he makes with James Franco. Obviously they've done many Pineapple Express. They did This Is the End, all them kind of films. I know they worked together on Superbad and that kind of stuff. Obviously, James Franco's been in a lot of trouble lately. There's been a lot of allegations that he's sexually assaulted people in the past and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, Seth Rogen, at first, these came out a couple of years ago. He defended James Franco to begin with, but now he's turned around and changed his mind and says he's not going to work with him anymore. So obviously, one thing I know a lot of fans of the series, well, of them two in general, were asking for a Pineapple Express 2. Oh my god, it was like one of
I'd
the
love that.
most like requested film going. But yeah, it's definitely not going to happen anymore because over James Franco's passed. Just a shame, really. He's a funny guy, but it just goes to show that Hollywood is a dirty place, a
Yep.
horrible place. I don't like obviously everyone like kids nowadays dream of being like, oh, I'd love to be an actor or a thingy, but I don't see it as that very glamorous place as it used to be with all these like
Yeah.
allegations and you know Look at that. Was it Harvey Weinstein? He was a massive director, wasn't he? Obviously he got sent to jail for it, didn't he? I think so. It's crazy. But
Exactly.
in other movie news, move from the shit of sexual assault because no one loves that. Enola Holmes 2, that's in production. It was confirmed by actually Millie Bobby Brown. Obviously, who's famous for Stranger Things. She plays 11, and obviously she's in the Godzilla series as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, she did Enola Holmes last year, which, to be fair, it got quite like mixed reviews, but I enjoyed it. I don't know whether you've watched it.
I've not personally watched it myself,
I
but
thought it was really good. Obviously, Enola Holmes, she's Sherlock Holmes' little sister. In the first film, it's basically her. She's basically raised by her mom. She doesn't see anyone else but her mom. She doesn't go to school or anything. And then one day her mom just disappears, and then it's the film's her trying to find her mom and all that kind of stuff and piecing puzzles like a Sherlock Holmes detective kind of thing. And obviously Henry Cavill plays Sherlock Holmes, and I love him in it. He's like so fitting as Sherlock Holmes. But he's definitely coming back for the second one as well, which is good. But that won't be out till next year, unfortunately.
that's like a lot of films being pushed back.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
mean, it ain't been pushed back. Obviously, they've only just started production, so obviously with them two actors working on other stuff as well. Obviously, Henry
yeah.
Cavill's in, he's in The Witcher. He's obviously plays Superman. He's in the Snyder Cut, weren't he, of the whatever that was
I've
called.
still not watched.
Yeah, still I've not watched that because it's too damn long. I ain't got time for that.
Neither. Neither.
Yeah, so obviously they've both got prior engagements. Obviously Millie Bobby Brown's obviously in 11. We're still waiting for season 4 of Stranger Things to come out, so she may have obviously that going on as well, so that could take its time. Obviously I'm not sure what other actors are in it.
Yeah, neither.
Yeah,
Um,
so obviously that's a Netflix original. So if you are interested in watching that in the future or watching the original Enola Holmes, then that's over on Netflix for you to go watch. In other Netflix original news, Matty, do you want to start this one? Because I know for a fact this is your
yeah,
domain. This is your domain.
I'm
Just go
buzzing
for
for
it.
this. To be fair,
Just go.
obviously, as you know, I've done like a little sort of review on Count Cretaceous, the Jurassic World little series on Netflix. Obviously, I've told you I'm actually a massive fan of it. To be fair, it wasn't a bad series. New series is being released on the 21st of May, which is would have been a week on Friday. Um, so if you're a massive fan, which I know Babes, you'll be a massive fan, and so will Sean be a massive fan of that.
We're
uh,
forced to be a massive fan. I've got no choice.
get
I've got no
that put in the
choice.
diary.
I've got a 4-year-old that's obsessed with it.
Um,
I've got to be.
but yeah, like I say, I'm pretty excited for it. To be fair, because at the end of the day, it's that little bit closer to getting towards Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah.
Which in other news, obviously not everyone will know, but the first photos are surfacing online of the Jurassic World Dominion film, which is set to be released in 2022, unfortunately. But we're not that far away. It's set to be released next year. Obviously, as you know, I'm ecstatic for it. Um, the new the new photos that have surfaced online aren't really like much. It's just like of Chris Pratt and someone else. And I don't really know what the picture is of.
They're on a boat, some sort. They're
Yeah,
on
they're
like
on a boat.
a little boat called Fair Spanish Lady. It's Chris Pratt and the guy. I don't know what his name, but he's in the first Jurassic World, isn't he? He like helps him with the
Oh, it's
raptors.
not Sam Neill, is it?
No, It's the black
Oh,
guy that helps him with
yeah,
the raptors. He's like head of the research in here as well.
yeah.
It's that one.
Um,
They're both on a boat.
yeah, they're on a boat, and I literally have no idea who they stood with, like who's off the boat. I can't tell if it's Sam Neill or not. I don't think it is, to be fair.
I don't know. They've got a face mask on it now, so you can't really tell. It's probably the director.
Yeah, more than likely. More than likely.
I'm
But
just excited to see Jeff Goldblum in it again because who doesn't like a
yeah,
film with Jeff Goldblum in it?
honestly, I'm ecstatic. I can't wait. It's going to be a fabulous film.
Yeah, so
Be
that's
fabulous.
set to release June the 10th, 2022. We've still got a year.
Yeah, it's a year away, but it's
Sucks.
something that I'm waiting for. Um,
To be fair, it's
yeah,
one thing that it's like a pet peeve. Obviously, I can't help it, but I hate it. Like when I've got to wait when they tease a film so early on. You know what I
and then
mean?
it's like a
And
year away.
yeah, and it's literally like fucking ages away. Like I've got to wait like 2 years for it. Like, no, I don't want that.
I'm honestly I'm the same. I'm just sick of waiting for
Like,
I'm sick of waiting for the trailer of it.
yeah,
Like that's
like
all I want.
don't dabble something in front of me and then take it away. Like if you're dabbling it there, I want it. I want it.
I want it now,
Yeah,
right now.
I can't deal with that. But hey ho, you know, you live and let live. You can't control these things. But you know, something in the new Batman, which I haven't seen anything about, but Mr. Dave Bautista is set to play Bane in the new Batman, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't think it should be taken away from Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy done an excellent job on it.
Yeah, obviously the thing is, obviously it's like a new era Batman, isn't it? Obviously, you know, the Dark Knight as a series was all directed by Christopher Nolan. But obviously these new ones aren't. I'm still very skeptical on the fact that what's his name? He's a new Batman.
Uh,
I can't remember.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. I'm still very skeptical that he's
Gonna be the new
new
Batman.
Batman. I don't know whether that's a good fit. Obviously, we'll see.
No, I don't like the idea of it, me. Uh,
But I'm just blinded by the fact that I love The Dark Knight so much. Like it's up there in my top 2 films of all time. I can't get past that. You know what I mean? Christian Bale's amazing as Batman.
yeah,
Obviously, you know it's shit that you know the Joker had to change because you know Heath Ledger passed away, which
yeah, I
obviously
was
is
talking
awful.
about that.
But he had like the definitive Joker for me. That is the Joker. I know he's not the original, but that is by far I think the best Joker performance out of any Jokers. Obviously
Yeah,
there has been some big names who've played Joker in the past, but Heath Ledger like was amazing. I mean,
he played it the best.
yeah, I'm not taking anything away from Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker, the film that came out a couple of years ago, because again that was immense. That performance was incredible. That's in my top 5 films of all time as well.
Yeah,
But I just think that Heath Ledger played that a little bit better. But yeah,
yeah,
Joaquin Phoenix was great, but it was a different kind of Joker, wasn't it? You know what I mean? In Joaquin's Joker it was different. You know what I mean? It's kind of how he started. You saw basically like the life draining out of him minute by minute of the film. When obviously in the Dark Knight he's just full on psychopath.
yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, I see Bautista now. It's either the wrestler or Guardians of the Galaxy. That's all. That's all I see. I picture him as really Drax. So it's one of them. We'll see. I suppose he's gonna have a mask on probably the whole film anyway, so you won't even tell it's him.
Exactly. We'll just we'll be optimistic about it. That's all we can really say about it
Yeah.
in regards to it. Hey ho, if they ruin it, then hey, so be
I
it.
mean, I
It's
don't even
on
know
their back.
when the Batman's meant to come out. Do you know?
Neither. I don't know if it's meant to be this year. I did have
Should we have a quick Google? I don't even know what it's called, but Batman.
2022.
Is it?
Yeah, it's set for the 4th of March 2022. Its original release date, funny enough, was meant to be the 25th of June 2021.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then it got deleted in October, and now it's been deleted another year.
goddamn COVID. Oh well, it's hit us all. It's hit the movie industry just as bad as everyone else. So
It's
it is
on.
what it is. Obviously, I think like the back end of this year and next year is going to be incredible for films. It's going to
Yeah,
be immense in it. To be fair, I mean, obviously we're still waiting on James Bond to come out. Not that I'm like massively hyped about it, but
it's
that
something
was
different in it.
that's just kept getting pushed back, and that's finished. Like that's ready to go. Like it's literally ready to rock and roll, and they just still haven't released it.
Yeah, that is meant to be coming out November time, I think, if I'm right. Um,
Yeah, they're gonna want it before Christmas, isn't they?
yeah, because funny enough, I got employed by Odeon purely for the release of James Bond.
Mm,
No Time to Die, I think it's called.
yeah.
Yeah, No Time. Oh well, actually, it's meant to come out in September. It's due out on the 30th of September.
Oh, okay.
So fingers crossed. Fingers
Mm.
crossed.
I don't think they'd want to backtrack it again because
Nah,
let's
neither.
face it, just put a massive hamper. I'm sure they've got plans for more films in the future, which I'm sure they want to get rocking and rolling if they haven't started on it already.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, right, moving on.
Stranger Things.
Basically back to Netflix. I'm gonna stick past Stranger Things for now. Just mention. I'd shared on our Facebook page earlier. There's a trailer for a film called Fatherhood, starring Kevin Hart as the main character. Which looked pretty interesting. To be fair, I think it's one of them that's gonna play on your heartstrings a little bit. It's quite a sad story, but like a humbling story as well.
Yeah.
Without obviously, I'm not ruining it, but it's basically what the trailer shows anyway. Basically, he's a new dad. He's got a newborn daughter. We don't know how it happened, but obviously his wife has passed away. I'm assuming during childbirth. It's the only logical explanation for now. But it's the story of him having to, go for the troubles and the trials of raising his daughter on his own. Which, to be fair, me being a parent, I know how hard that would be on your own. So obviously that's probably gonna be an emotional one. But that one's releasing next month on the 18th of June. Again, only on Netflix. So yeah, I'm sure everyone's got Netflix by now somewhere.
Nothing. Nothing will grab my heartstrings more than Patch Adams. So
Oh mate,
after a bit of good luck.
that film was emotional. When you
Yeah.
say emotional, you mean it. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Incredible
Yeah.
film. Incredible film. But yeah, back to more Netflix originals that we're still waiting on for oh my god, ages. Stranger Things season 4. I don't know. Have you watched any of the Stranger Things series?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Yeah.
Seen them
Obviously,
all.
we're still waiting on season 4. They dropped a trailer for it this week, on the week before. There was a little hint in the description of the video, which not a lot of people picked up on. But in the description of the video, there's 002/004, which they kind of did in the previews to season 3 as well. Obviously hinting that they've got 4 stages of previews set, so we're on the second batch. So maybe we're getting 2 more trailers. Or something of that nature anyway. And then I can't talk. In an interview, with I can't think of his name. He plays Eleven's boyfriend. That kid who's in it. I can't think of his
Is
name.
it Finn? I think or Mike. Sorry,
Yeah,
Mike Wheeler.
yeah.
Yeah, Mike
Yeah,
Media.
he in an interview with him, he's basically kind of said, "Oh, the way we're going, it's not going to be out till next year at least, like 2022." But the kind of feeling is, why would they be releasing trailers this early if it's not coming out till next year? They've clearly got quite a lot of the acting done if they've got enough for a trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe it's just stalling tactics. It could be released a lot earlier. It might not be till next year, but obviously you've got to think as well. Millie Bobby Brown, who plays 11, one of the main characters of the show, she's obviously now currently recording Enola Holmes. So either they've put Stranger Things on hold while she's filming that, or they've kind of finished filming and they're just piecing it all together.
Yeah, just like editing
Hopefully
it
they
and
have,
stuff.
because I don't want to wait anymore. Obviously,
Neither.
we've got teased that Hopper's alive, and I want to know what's going on.
Well, fun fact, I don't know if anyone knew this. It only came to my attention the other day, but any of you fans of the Marvel series, believe it or not, Jim Hopper actually plays one of the main characters in Black Widow. I don't know if
Yeah,
anyone's actually known that. I didn't know that personally until I had seen the trailer the other day, because to be totally honest with you, I didn't really have any form of intentions of going to see Black Widow, but might give it a watch now because it does actually look decent.
yeah.
Um, and I know I keep babbling on about different subjects, but to further on to something that I've actually thought about, me and Burbs a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago, had a conversation in regards to Fast and the Furious 9, and I gave my strong opinion on it. That I sort of want to retract from what I said because I've seen the trailer for it, and it does look pretty decent. Does look pretty decent, but yeah,
I
pick
mean,
up
I'm still like on the fence with that, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
I kind of feel like they've just dragged something from the ashes. Like, they didn't know what else to do, and oh look, he's magically got a brother that no one knew about, and oh look, it's John Cena. Oh
Yeah,
wow, okay. Oh
yeah,
look, Han's
that's what.
alive, even though you saw him die. Like, it kind of feels like they're just clutching at straws.
Yeah,
Obviously, it might not be the case. I probably, will go and watch it anyway, because I've watched the rest of the series. Why not? There's no point in like reserving an opinion without watching it. You know what I mean? I'll go and watch it, and if I was right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
yeah.
I'll hold my hands up and say it. But I just don't like the idea of how it seems they've done it. So I could be wrong, but we'll try. We'll see when it comes out.
We will indeed. Will indeed.
Do
Fingers
you,
crossed.
do you know
Hopefully, I
when that
don't
comes
mug
out?
myself off. That comes out in June time, I think.
Oh, okay, so not that far away then. Not that far away. So
April 1st, apparently.
yeah. So that's pretty much it for
Oh,
movie
fantastic.
news that I've and TV news that I've seen from now on. Honorable mention. Obviously, I know Matty's not that interested, but I've seen some about the Friends reunion that they're doing, and I'll be honest with you, it looks like it's a bag of shit.
Fuck's sake.
If I'm being honest with you, obviously, when they said Friends reunion, I assumed it was, a revisit to the characters' lives 20 years later or however long it is. But it's not. It's basically just they're all just going back there and watching parts of the shows. Like, David Schwimmer's going to be there as David Schwimmer, and Jennifer Aniston's going to be there as Jennifer Aniston, not as Rachel or Ross. They're going to be there as themselves. And there's just basically they rammed it full of celebrities to come and see them. It's like, why?
You know what that
So
reminds me of?
sounds like a waste of time completely. So I'm
That
not very
reminds
interested
me
in
of
watching.
when everyone got dead hyped and what have you for the in between us
Yeah, I
reunion.
was talking about this to my good friend the other day, and they said the same thing.
And it's just like it just doesn't make sense to just like get them to sit down and watch previous episodes. Like, why?
Yeah, like I'm not interested in what they've got to say about filming it 20 years ago, because we know it's happened. You know what I mean? They've probably had that interview 3,000 times. since I've left. So it's like, what's the point? Like,
Exactly.
the whole point of people wanting a reunion of sorts is that they wanted to see how the characters would have developed over 20 odd years. Is Joey still a he's still a ladies' man, and has he got a wife? Has he got kids? Obviously, Ross's kids are gonna would be like 25, 28 now. That'd be their age. So
Yeah.
that's what people want. I think what a lot of people wanted, and obviously that's not what they've done. So I think there's gonna be a lot of unhappy people.
Yeah.
And I'll
Indeed.
tell you now, I definitely wouldn't be paying to watch it. So
Nah,
hell no.
definitely not.
Anyway, run over. I think we'll move on to some gaming news right now. What you reckon? Some gaming news? There's not really a lot of gaming news, but stuff about the old Call of Duty, Warzone and such. Obviously on May the 20th, we've got a new update coming, and they're adding 80s classic action heroes, so you can play as Rambo or John McClane. Don't know why you'd want to do that, to be honest, because it makes no logical sense that Rambo would be running around Verdansk. But, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's gonna be the next broken skin, innit? Oh, it's Rose and Rambo.
Rose hides.
Yeah.
Oh, hide.
Rose and Rambo. So yeah, that's coming out May the 20th. So that'll be interesting to see. Lots of old action heroes running around. If there's not an Arnold Schwarzenegger one, I'm not interested. Just saying. They've also gone through another wave of banning people. They've got a new zero tolerance policy apparently, and they've banned another 15,000 accounts from the game. And
people think that's a lot.
I ain't being funny, but that's kind of disgraceful that the game is that easy to hack. You know what I mean? It's like every time it's like, we've banned 15,000 people, we're happy about it. We've banned 60,000 people. Well, why is 60,000 people allowed to hack your game? You know what I mean?
$1 billion company can't prevent a simple fucking script of hacks.
Yeah, and it's like
stupid.
People, they've got your private details, they've got your name, they've got your address that you have to put on your account, and your billing information if you bought COD points or whatever to buy the latest skin. You know what I mean? You're trusting your details with these people.
Exactly.
Sorry, the gas there. Ooh, burpee. But yeah, so another rant over. COD fixes shit. The actor formerly known as Ghost in Call of Duty, I don't know his name, it's something. But there's been some sexist remarks that he made on his Twitter account that have come to light, and Activision have said, oh hell no. Yeah, so they've sacked him basically, so the voice for Ghost will be changing, I'm assuming that means.
They're bloody idiots, honestly. There's always something to offend someone. And I mean, fair enough, sexism is one step too far, but at the end of the day, we've all said something we shouldn't say, and we've all done something that's probably surfaced online. Obviously, it's not going to bother us because we're not as big as them, but at the end of the day, fucking get on with it, man. You're getting rid of a voice actor who plays a character exceptionally well because of a comment that he's made.
Yeah.
Get on with it and get a grip.
Yeah, it's like the whole, Andy Gray and what's his name situation for the football years ago, when they made like a stupid comment on there was a woman linesman, went there, like the first one, and he made a silly joke saying, "Oh, I'm surprised she knows the offside rule," and that was it. His career was down the toilet. Like, he was obviously, commentating on mainstream, like Sky Sports and that kind of stuff. He even commentated on FIFA. Obviously, that's, a massive franchise. And he lost all that just because he made some stupid joke that a bloody linesman didn't know the linesman rule just because she was a woman. Like, come on, man. There's millions of people watching. Don't say it there. Idiot. Right.
I'm trying to find out what Apparently it is, he said. Uh,
No idea. I
yeah.
did kind of look into it when I saw it, but there weren't anywhere that actually said what he said because they don't want to offend anyone, do they? But you know, I think that's it for gaming news as such. But I've got a couple of previews that I want to go through and do. I'm sorry, I'm playing with like a little fidget key thing. It's really irritating. For you anyway, not for me. First off, I'm going. Well, we will be going through Battlefield 6, which I'm quite excited for because I enjoy the Battlefield series. It's like a different aspect to the first-person shooter. Than the old Warzone and Call of Duty. That's kind of like fast paced, in your face, like I'm gonna shoot you. But Battlefield's more, you have to work as a team to win the game, and it's more tactical. The map's like 7 times bigger than Call of Duty and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, you're in lobbies of like 150 people or whatever it is. Obviously, it's good as well that the fact that the world's destructible. Obviously, this is in like the whole Battlefields as well. I remember in Battlefield 4 that one map where you blow up the skyscraper and it falls down.
Oh,
Can't think what it's called, but basically they've kind of confirmed over the last few months and teasers and all that kind of stuff that they basically that they're making their own battle royale mode. Oh, battle royale mode. Which basically is going to be a massive online game mode. And basically they've said the whole map, it's obviously within reason, is destructible. So you could pretty much destroy everything and anything, which is good. I like that. It's more realistic to me. Obviously it's down to preference, but me personally, I enjoy a first person shooter when it's more realistic.
yeah.
You kind of put you there. That's why I really went off Call of Duty when they kind of went all advanced warfare, like wall running and like double jumping and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy them kind of games, just because it's like this won't happen. So it kind of took the enjoyment out for me. Obviously, like I said, it's down to preference at the end of the day, but I prefer like a more realistic, immersive game because I'm kind of feel like I'm there. Puts you on edge a little bit more, makes you do better. You know what I mean? Makes you fucking perform. So I'm getting really hype over nothing. Like I swear to God, it feels like I've had a drink, but I ain't.
That cool, I was getting at you, bro.
I know. Mate, I've got a fridge full of cider here. I'll get that out. Yeah. But they've teased a teaser. What they've done. They tweeted a couple of days ago on the Battlefield account. They tweeted the phrase "words that rhyme with soon, June, and boom." Obviously, that's a hint that they're gonna actually full on reveal the game in June, which I think is E3. E3's in June, so no doubt it'll be there. And boom, obviously hitting the fact that it's gonna be explosive. An insider who works for them has said that we will all be blown away. Hint, hint. With the reveal, so I'm excited for it, to be honest. It's interesting to see how they go with the battle royale mode.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have gone with that kind of aspect, haven't they? No doubt there'll be a whole tier system and battle pass and all that kind of stuff that they enjoy doing, just to get more money out of you. But that's what no doubt will be there. It's just part of the gaming world these days. You've got to get used to it. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the highly destructible part because it kind of it's a release to blow shit up. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's going to be nice to have a realistical game that allows you to pretty much destroy anything that you want, because like a lot of games now sort of shy away from that sort of thing, and it's quite annoying. I think Battlefield, from my knowledge, has been the only game that allows you to destroy stuff.
Yeah.
physically. Um, hopefully, hopefully it turns out to be a brilliant game. Because to be totally honest with you, I'm sick of the World War Two and World War One shite that Battlefield keep producing. Because just like
Yeah, it's
like
kind of.
one game's enough. We don't need this. We don't need to stick around it. Like
I know
just
it's always the same sort of story. That's the problem. I wouldn't mind if it was like World War Two, but from a different perspective. But it's not. It's always the whole, oh, you're playing as Americans infiltrating Germany and stopping Hitler and all that kind of stuff. Which Call of Duty did with World at War and all that kind of stuff. You play as Russians and Americans and Battlefield themselves. They've done it there as well. All that kind of stuff. It's always that setting. Obviously, World War
yeah,
Two was huge. It weren't just America and Germany and Britain and Germany and Russia and all that kind of stuff. They make it look like it was only like 3 or 4 countries when really it was like the whole of Europe, and Japan got involved. Obviously, with Pearl Harbor and Hiroshima. The fact that America actually dropped an atom bomb on Japan, it's never talked about in these kind of games. I think that would be a lot more interesting to do. I'd like to see it from that kind of perspective. Even like, that it's always you're playing as the Americans, the good guys. Why can't they do it from the opposite side of the spectrum? You're playing as Germans. You're playing as Japanese people. You're playing as Russians. Everything like that. You know what I mean? Like you're not the
yeah,
typical good guy. I
exactly.
personally, I think I'd be a lot more interested in doing that kind of stuff because it kind of open your eyes. I know it's hearsay like, oh, you're playing as Nazis, they were evil, blah blah blah. But they were led by one evil person that kind of drilled it into their head to be like that. Not
Yeah,
not all of them were that kind of fucking evil dictator. I want to rule the world. No, they were just they were probably scared into doing it. I'm not excusing it.
yeah,
It was fucking damn right disgraceful. They got what they deserved, um, if not more. Uh, Obviously, the country as a whole, Germany, are still paying for that now. Like to this day, they're still paying off debts and making up for that whole saga of shit. But yeah, I think that would be a lot more interesting. Got a little off topic there, didn't I? It would be a lot more interesting to see it from a different aspect. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm looking forward to Battlefield 6. Long story,
I am.
long story short, we're looking
I've always
forward to
been
it.
a fan,
We're
so get
fucking
me straight on to that.
looking fucking forward to it. Now, here's another game that I am looking very much forward to. Uh, Lord of the Rings. There's a new game. You play as the character Gollum or Smeagol, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, it's called Lord of the Rings Gollum. You play as the lonely creature known as Smeagol. Obviously in the game he's called Gollum, but that's his original name. Obviously in the movie he's played by Andy Serkis, who we mentioned earlier, who's directing Venom. Great actor. If you haven't, looked at seen his work before, which you most definitely have at some point in your life. You kind of see Middle Earth from his perspective in the game, which you don't obviously see in the films. In the films you kind of see this perspective of the Fellowship. You've got Frodo and Aragorn and Gandalf and that kind of stuff. You don't see his kind of side to the story. You kind of told it a little bit. He had the ring for however many years. It extended his lifetime by a hell of a lot. It kind of dragged him down. Giving him the problems that he's got now. He's got split personalities, that kind of stuff. He's an absolute fucking psychopath. But this kind of tells his story. Kind of just see what the ring did to him as him. You know what I mean? So you kind of see firsthand, the power of the One Ring. See what kind of stuff it does. Which is interesting. I mean, like I say, I am a massive Lord of the Rings fan. I've literally a few days ago rebought the whole box set again on 4K Ultra HD because I'm that much of a geek. I spent like £80 just on a DVD because you know what, mate?
Why not?
Why fucking not?
Exactly.
To see the wrinkles in Gandalf's face while he goes Bilbo Baggins, you know what I mean? That's what life is all about. Okay, all right. Don't at me. It happens. Okay, right. Yeah. So, from the early demos of the game that have come out in various different events. Obviously, I haven't seen it firsthand, which I would love to do, but obviously it's not available to do. It's kind of dominated that it's kind of a stealth game. Obviously, stuff like I'm thinking of games that are predominantly stealth, like The Last of Us, where it's kind of more towards the stealth side. Obviously, they've got the kind of shooting aspect to it, or Hitman, where you want to be stealthy as much as you can, but in this one, obviously, you haven't got the option to be violent. Because let's face it, Gollum's an old hobbit. He's like 3 foot tall, and he's coming up against like orcs that are massive. Like, he ain't gonna win in any kind of aspect of it. Excuse me. So, you it's gonna test people's patience, I think, a lot. In terms of, oh my god, this Coke is repeating on me really bad. Obviously he's not a fighter, so you got to use different tactics. Think of how you can get past the mission. It probably will be frustrating for a lot of people, but I'm assuming that they'll have different difficulties, hard and easy and all that kind of stuff. But they have kind of accommodated for the fact that it's going to be difficult. They've said that they've designed like each map or each section of the playable area differently, so you can explore different areas, so you're not just kind of on a scripted path to the end. You can basically find your own way there if needs be. You can literally kind of free roam around the area, search different parts and all that kind of stuff, and you can always get to the end goal a different way. So you could probably play the game 6 or 7 times and come to and do it differently every time. Obviously, you probably will come to the same ending every time, but you can go through different avenues that you haven't gone through before, which obviously is interesting, and plus it adds to the replayability, which I think games sometimes lacking. Sometimes you complete a game and think, oh, I'm done with this, I don't want to play it again, and obviously that's not what they want. So yeah, I'm interested in this. There's going to be many different areas or locations from Middle Earth. The only one I've seen confirmed is Barad-dûr, which is obviously Sauron's tower. If you didn't know, that in the films with the big eye at the top, that's Barad-dûr. That's one. The only one that I could see is a confirmed location. Obviously, in the actual film, they say that he got captured and tortured so they could find where the ring was. So I'm assuming that kind of ties into that part of the movie and the books. They haven't said what it kind of bases on, whether it's the films or the books. I prefer it to be the books because they're more, proper story than the films. Obviously, that they're adapted to, so it's easier to watch than the actual story. But we'll see what they say on that, to be honest. The only interesting thing I'm kind of a little bit about, obviously because it relied heavily on stealth, they've basically said that because they've kind of explained it, that Gollum has basically gained like superhuman powers, kind of. They're not saying he's like ripped to shreds and can he's bulletproof. He's kind of like he's got superhuman strength, so he's really strong. Obviously, he runs around everywhere. He climbs massive mountains and all that kind of stuff. Even in the films, you can see he scales like walls and that kind of stuff, which you'd think, fuck me, that takes a lot of upper body strength. So they've kind of, put that into it. But they've said he gains superhuman-like strength. He's an expert in climbing and can easily scale buildings and mountains. He can also run on walls, swing on poles, slide down cliffs, and crawl up various surfaces. So it kind of makes the game easier to play. You know what I mean? Again, it's very early on, so we'll see how it plays when the game actually comes out. I suppose. Sorry, I'm just reading off what I've actually wrote. So if it sounds scripted, it is. As well as these abilities, he has very good hearing, especially when he's in the dark. So obviously, it's similar to other, stealth games where there's dark patches where you can hide and not be seen and stuff like that. I've already spoke about that one.
I think that's pretty much all the topics that you've spoke about.
Yeah, I already spoke about that. But just one little mention. Obviously, it's a very early build of the game. What they're kind of reported on. They just noted that the animations of Gollum themselves are still very, very, very rough around the edges. They don't look very pleasing. Obviously, like I said, it's very early in the game, so that will definitely be addressed before the game is released. Obviously, it's going to be a long while before that comes out. This is a very early preview. The expected release rate I've only got is 2022, so still ages away. It's developed by a company called Daedalic. No idea how you pronounce that. But if you go on our Facebook page, you'll see that we've got the preview on there for you to see. There's pictures and all that kind of stuff. There's a link to Daedalic's website so you can see what other games they've made. They haven't made anything A-list before, I'm not going to lie to you. This is like their first A-list game, so it'll be interesting to see how they get there and how it comes out looking. From the pictures, it does kind of look a little bit cartoony, but again, it's I'm not thinking it's going to be anything extravagant, big extravagantic, I can't think of the word. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, really, as a Lord of the Rings fan, the only thing I'm praying for is Lord of the Rings Return of the King remake from the PS2. And if you haven't played that game, I feel so sorry for you, because it was absolutely incredible. It was honestly one of the best games of all time.
I've not personally played it myself, like.
Mate, I would be tempted just to buy a PS2 just to play it. Like, it was incredible. But that was just my childhood. But yeah, that's kind of all the subjects I've thought of today. Obviously, if there's anything you guys want to talk about in the chat, just drop it in there and we can have a quick talk about that, no problem. Anything you want to say, knock on, Matty? I've just been chatting shit for the last 20 minutes.
No, mate, good talk. I enjoyed it. No, there's not really much I can add on to what we spoke about, to be fair. Obviously, I mentioned something to Matty earlier for as a suggestion what we could do in the future. Obviously, we want your guys' input on it. To see if there's something you would enjoy. Obviously, I've mentioned and Matty's mentioned it before. To be fair, we should we're thinking of doing, like, every so often we play like a game. Obviously, we've already went the odds of playing Minecraft as like a part of it. But like I say, obviously, as you know, Matty's not a massive lover of horrors, and he's not a massive lover of horror games. But there's a game, as you may all know, called Phasmophobia. I've always wanted to play it, and I think there's no better person than to play it with Matty. Obviously, we're both shit scared of horrors. We'll probably both scream. But yeah, if you like the thought of that, whack a comment into the comments on the Facebook or wherever you see this. Whack a comment and let us know.
If you want a preview, right? It's on a little bit of a self plug here, but go over to my Twitch channel where you are right now. Go to my videos, and I'm pretty sure there's highlights of me absolutely jumping out my bleeding skin. Shit, what's the game called? Outlast 2. I streamed that a couple months ago, and honestly, there were so many moments where I jumped out my skin, absolutely, Lex, I was shite myself. So, yeah, if you want a preview on what I would be like, because I can guarantee you'll be the same, that's the best place to go look. Or I've got stuff on my TikTok or that kind of stuff. But, that's a different thing. But yeah, definitely something I'd be interested. Well, obviously, I'm interested in. That we definitely will be doing. We'll be streaming it. YouTube, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, if you look down below on the screen, the Facebook page is there at Matty Media Cast. The YouTube channel is below Matty, the Matty Media Cast again. All the podcasts, obviously, we record them live on Twitch. They're then obviously, I'm recording it now. They're then uploaded to YouTube. Tomorrow they'll be live on there. So if anyone has missed it, or you ever do miss one in the future, the YouTube channel's there. You always keep up to date with what we're doing on there. Obviously the gaming stuff will be on there as well. Facebook page, again, go give us a like. Everything we talk about here today will be posted on Facebook as well. So all the trailers we talk about will be on there. All the latest gaming news, all that kind of stuff is all over on Facebook. Me and Matty run the page, so if you do want to get in contact with us, drop us a message on there and we'll both see it. Or there's other avenues as well. A few weeks ago we set up a Discord server for the podcast. It's kind of like a hub for everything to do with gaming, movies, everything. It's kind of like your hub that we tried to set up for. So I'm pretty sure the link still works again on the Facebook page. If you go on there, it's the pinned post at the top. Click on there, it should take you into the Discord server and you can join there. If not, I'll have to get that fixed. I'm not sure whether that still works. You guys will have to let me know. But yeah, it's got everything on there. Again, everything I post on Facebook, I try and put into the Discord server. You've got gaming news, you've got trailers, you've got all that kind of stuff when we're live, even when we're not obviously doing the podcast. Obviously we both stream ourselves. Me on here on twitch.tv/Burbsy where you're watching now, or Matty over on 2MattyJ. Again, links will all be posted everywhere. So yeah, just make sure you're over on the Discord, you're following us on here, on Facebook, everywhere, and you'll be up to date with what we're doing. Again, massive thank you to everyone watching, everyone who has been watching. Me personally, I've had a extended time away from streaming and doing that kind of stuff for a couple of different reasons. I appreciate you all coming to watch. Obviously this is the first time I've streamed in about 3 weeks. I was like so nervous starting. It's weird. It's like I've never done it before. But a massive thank you to you all for being here and showing some support and watching, commenting, everything like that. I do appreciate it all. I know Matt will feel the same. I'm just gonna let him talk for a minute because I
do.
shut up yet.
Obviously, I've missed doing the podcast, and like Matty says, he has as well. It's been a nice addition to come back to the podcast and being able to speak to all of yous. Obviously, furthermore, the Discord, it physically doesn't necessarily have to be a place where you go to find someone to play a game with. You can even, if I've just thought of this, you could even extend it to the lengths of setting up a watch party on Netflix.
Yeah.
And all of you watching a film at the same time.
Yeah.
You can literally do something like that. Where like, if for example, you guys wanted to watch a film and you've got Netflix, would set up a watch party, would watch that film, and then when it comes to the podcast, obviously you will be able to have some input on the comments as well.
Yeah.
Which would be fantastic. But like I say, honestly, I massively appreciate you all coming out today, and for whoever's not made it, and if you see this on YouTube, I appreciate you as well, and on Facebook. But like I say, I appreciate you all stopping by, and it's like I say, it's much love to all of the fans of the Matty Media Cast, both me and Burbsy. So yeah, like I say, if you're new here, literally go to Burbsy's channel, which is Burbsy double Y, I think it is.
Yeah.
Am I right? Double Y, and oh, that wasn't meant to point that way. Head on over to his channel, smash his follow button, watch his content. You won't regret it.
Yeah,
That's all
also,
from me.
it's not like we're business partners or anything. Like me and Matty, we've known each other for years. We're best mates. Like we do other stuff together outside of the podcast. This is just something we started because we've both got a love for games. We've both got a love for movies, TV, all that kind of stuff. It kind of made sense that we did a podcast. It was out of the blue. We did it. We enjoy doing it. I'm glad people out there watching enjoy it as well. I love the fact that there are people out there willing to sit and watch, me chat shit for for God knows how long. That we've been recording for what, an hour now. So 90% of that I've just been talking out my ass about random stuff. So I love you all. Definitely gonna be doing a lot more in terms of better content. That's all I want to do is better the content for you guys. And obviously, we want to grow this as a community. I'm not doing it for, I want more viewers or anything. I want to have a whole community where everyone can go. And, you've all got, like, people to talk to. Even not just about movies, it can be about absolutely anything. I know everyone goes through stuff a lot. And, long story short, about doors are always open to anyone that ever needs any help with anything. Obviously, I'm not a fucking... we're not, proved bloody doctors and that kind of stuff. So we always help out a hand to anyone that even it's just a chat. You know what I mean? Anything. We want to create that space for people to come to. So again, I appreciate the love for everyone. It seems like every episode we do, I'm just emotional at the end of it. It's a theme, just a theme. Get used to it. It happens every time. So yeah, that'll be it for this episode. Again, love ya, I'll leave ya. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace.
Yep. See you tomorrow. No, we won't see you tomorrow. We'll see you
Blooper
next week.
reel.
That's the blooper.
See you later.